Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're going to be doing the Ravaged Outskirts. We got Naru with 1 point into a Verdant Blast and Enfeeblement Charm, and then 3 points into his hero power. Rylene, 3 points into Onslaught, and 3 points into her hero power. They're both level 5 at this point. For hero power, for towers, we got the towers that we unlocked, so just standard level 5 towers. Spoiler, we will unlock an additional tower after this level. We got Scoping Mechanism and all the way up to Ashen Bows on the upgrade tree. Starting right off, put Naru and Rylene in that center lane. I totally misclicked and used Naru's hero ability, but don't do that. Just put your reinforcements down. If you're not sure, just click on the icon and then click on the map. It's not worth misclicking. It didn't really matter here, but I do that a lot. Sometimes I misclick, and I think I'm putting down reinforcements, and I'm actually putting down my hero power. Go ahead and have your Naru run over to the right-hand lane. Come wave 2, I put a mage tower and a barracks along with a Ballista tower. That'll be our choke points. Whenever you see a bunch of enemies clumped up, you can feel free to use your hero power, the roots. And we're kiting back and forth. In the center, we have the artillery tower, the archers, and the mage tower. Mage tower on that center area between the right hand and the middle is a great tower to upgrade because it can hit both lanes as needed. I always feel like if you're not sure, it's a great idea to just focus on towers that can hit multiple lanes or that hit the most enemies possible. That's a great tower to max first. Just gonna give you so much coverage. So here, of course, we have Rylene tanking out the pandas, Naru in the back using his magic attacks. You want to upgrade the barracks on the right-hand side at least a little bit, so you can hold the lane by yourself. We got Skunk Bombardiers. Low speed, medium magic resist. Their attacks will actually weaken your hero, which is not good. They're super weak though to archers, so Ballista or Archer Towers, obviously very good against them. Artillery is fine too. You can actually kite them a little bit by running Naru back when they're about to throw their bombs, and it wastes their time a little bit. I love these archers though with the Ashen Bows. They're so cool. They do tons of damage to things that have magic resist. They do a little bit of chip damage before they actually get in melee range. You can think of them as regular reinforcements, but it's good to lead your targets a little bit with them because they will do the nice damage with the bows. Again, Rylene is just in that center lane tanking out the pandas. I like to have Naru there as well. They work better. They work very well together. You see these rat assassins, you can trigger them early and force them to turn invisible, or you don't have to though. I was saying turn them invisible. Another thing you can do is simply just out DPS them. They don't actually have to turn invisible. The only downside is they're kind of fast, so if you don't have enough space for them to run the gauntlet, it's probably good to force them into invisibility early on. Otherwise, you can just kill them with your archer towers. Wave 8, we get a surprise. This evil bear, this suspicious looking bear that was standing there the entire time. Well, it turned out he's actually part of the enemy team. We gotta run our reinforcements and our heroes over there to cover that left-hand side. He opens up a new path. So that central mage tower is gonna be very, very important. Oh, and that bear also has level 2 armor. So be sure and use your mage tower, hence why I built one in the back, as opposed to trying to kill it with the archer tower. Alright, so our heroes are on the left, and we have a level 4 ballista now on the right-hand side. Mage Tower, I believe, is level 3. And that should be enough to hold its own for a while. We're just trying to kill off all these vultures. We don't want anything slipping by. And we now have a level 4 Mage Tower on that center side. Micro Naru, back and forth as needed. Rylene is kind of hard to micro because just slow. She is definitely one of the slower heroes out there. Not the slowest, as we'll see next video, but she is definitely one of the slower ones. So I like to just kind of have her stand somewhere in the center or just like on that left-hand side, somewhere where she can do work. I mean, right now I'm microing her, but eventually we're just going to have her stand kind of where those pandas are coming out, because she is really good at stalling things. Doesn't like to move around too much, just too slow. So, more mage towers now to deal with the pandas. Or is it a bear? It looks like a panda. It's actually called a bear, but I call it a panda because it kind of looks like a panda. Hyenas have light armor, so the ballista shots do okay damage against them. It's good to have a mage tower, though. Mage tower is kind of a catch-all here for most of the enemies. You have to have enough DPS to make sure these vultures do not get past, though. Yeah, other than the mage towers, I probably wouldn't focus on maxing any particular tower. Just kind of periodically upgrade them. Okay, so mini-boss. That is actually the first time the word mini-boss has been included in a Kingdom Rush game, as far as I'm aware. So these guys, they kind of feel like a mini-boss. They are big. They charge towards your barracks and reinforcements. However, despite being very big and having a lot of health, they do not have any resistances. So, magic damage does work well against them, but so did the ballistas. So don't feel like you have to have a super heavy magic comp just to deal with the rhinos, because they actually get killed with just about anything. And we're starting to put points into the ballista scrap bomb, which is like an AoE bomb that deals good physical damage. Great against these rats assassins when it goes off. I felt like it was a fun upgrade. I don't know necessarily if it was the most cost-effective upgrade. Like, looking back now, I'm like, well, I wanted damage on that right-hand side, but I probably could have just maxed the archer towers out at this point instead of messing around with upgrades, but be that as it may, it worked out here. Okay, so final wave, we got 2 archers on that right-hand side, followed with a bunch of rats, or, excuse me, skunk alchemists. Throw their concoctions at me. This is actually the first time I'd ever seen Naru die. They're making their way underneath our base, coming out on that left-hand bottom side. We're going to quickly sell some towers on the right. We don't need them anymore, and we'll get the one-shotty ability on the mage tower. And just like that, the rhino is obliterated. Before I could even get my heroes over there, the enemy's already dead. That is GG. Alright, 3 more upgrade points, a new hero, Torres, and a new tower. 3 stars on veteran, 20 lives. Unlocked a new level. Let's take a look at this new hero, Torres. I actually use him next level in replace of Rylene. I know it's very sad, because I like Rylene a lot, but Torres is essentially Rylene with a... I don't know if he's better or not, but he is definitely very similar. We'll have to stay tuned for that. The new Aborian Emissary, which I believe is a replacement for the barracks, I do not use, so we'll use that at a later time. But it is there for you to experiment with. And of course we get 3 more upgrade points, which I will be using next round. Thank you guys for watching. You have a good one.